What's up, y'all? I got a family to feed, so let's get into this. We're about to get into the timestamp of Blueface controlling Chrisean's money at the time and why he bleed her every time on Twitter after she say something.
Was she ever under your complete control? And then
Never, ever.
Even from Blue Girls Club,
she
she
got a
was.
gash in the back of my head. You think I could tell that girl anything and she'll
That's cap.
actually listen to me and do it? Maybe when I'm in front of her face, yeah. But the second I turn around, it's never that. It's never been that. Never. Not one time I can tell you where I said, hey, can you do this for me? And then when I walk out the room, it gets done. I literally have to sit in the room, wait for it to get done,
And so at one point, then you realize you see the boom of social media with the relationship. You see the desire that, I mean, you even said to me, Mommy, you're like, damn, your team literally posts things I just be thinking. Because you know there's like this overconsumption for what you guys are putting on the internet. So you see it working. Is that when you say, I'm just going to put the gas to this and really like take advantage of everything we can get from it?
Nah, hell no. So at first, I was being the bigger person. She would go live and say all type of things that would upset her. And then when I get home, I got to deal with her. And I'll be just frustrated.
Because you're still coming home to her.
Exactly. So when she's doing all these things, extra things, I'm coming home to her and she's like ripping me a new asshole every time. I try to be the bigger person, but then after a while, I'm like, I'm really just taking an L to this person. Like if I don't combat it or go against it or battle it.
Do y'all think Chrisean normally the first person to come out and say something, or his ass say something first? I would love to know, especially to the people that's been watching this since day one. Who was coming out with it first?
They're just gonna keep doing it. So that's when
because she's winning online and you're going home and taking a loss.
Exactly. So after about a year or two of that, that's when I start bleeding.
And then a year or two, cap.
Bitch, every time you go on here and say something.
I could be wrong. I'm kind of new, not true, but
I'm gonna go on and say something totally I'm gonna say the truth. You get what I'm saying? Every time you go in there and try to make it seem, I'm gonna go in there and say the whole truth.
And so while that's happening, then Zeus Network comes in and says, here, let's do the show too, Crazy in Love.
Nope. First season that they consist of her doing baddies, they're already, we're gonna give you these crumbs for this first baddies for you to do a show. I'm like, okay, that's a kind of cool incentive. All right, we'll take these crumbs. Go ahead, do the show. Okay, after that, we just kept going at a rapid pace that they're like, all right, we have to do it now. You know what I'm saying?
And were you guiding her on how to do her business while she was?
If I was Jaden, I would have been like, can I go sit in the back while y'all handle y'all business?
Everything. I'm doing everything.
Hear this
signing
shit?
the contracts.
Checks are coming to you.
You know, so it's like the audience, they don't really know how a manager works.
The audience don't know how a manager work.
So if I book a show for you, Jason, you're not gonna talk to the promoter. You're not gonna talk to the club owner. You're not gonna sign any contracts. All you're gonna do is show up. That's what a manager's job is. Manager's job is to do. Make a contract, sign the contract, and get the money and distribute it.
No. First of all, when the artists get booked, now in the beginning, the manager absolutely supposed to get their cut. But the motherfucking artists get the back end. As a matter of fact, when artists perform they shows, that's their money. So, say for instance, Moneybagg Yo get booked by Verizon Wireless or something through the label. Of course, the label is going to get majority of that. But when Moneybagg Yo go on his own tour, and it is hosted by himself, he gets all that money. Now, I would understand if he got the front end, she got the back end, simply because of their agreement. But she wasn't getting none of that. Let her tell it. She wasn't getting none of that. But okay.
So that's what I was doing. So when you see me in a picture counting money, I'm middleman. You get what I'm saying?
No.
So that's what that was about.
Did she ever?
I just think he think everybody's stupid. Like, for real. The audience don't know how that work. As if the audience ain't watching you and got their own thing going on with being a manager or receiving back ends or whatever. And for some of these celebrities to assume that everybody be broke or everybody don't do shit like this is probably the craziest part to me.
Ever see any of her money, or were you keeping it all?
Yes, he was keeping it all.
Just asking the questions because
She has seen all of that money.
Yeah.
She just spends it. You know?
That nigga
If you
lying.
break 6 85-inch TVs, how much do you think that costs?
it's good.
Okay.
Chunk of change.
10,000. I'll tell you what it costs because I paid for it. It cost me 10,000 to replace those TVs.
10,000.
10,000 when Chrisean made way more than that. 10,000 wasn't nothing.
How many TVs were
And
it?
granted, Chrisean shouldn't have broke them TVs. Come on. But still, you been got that 10,000 back.
6 80-inch, 85-inch TVs.
And
That's
she broke them all?
all of it.
Okay.
Why?
Frustration.
Okay, and so now all this is happening. The show is airing.
Now that's crazy. That's his only example. That's absolutely crazy. All right. She broke 10 or 6 85-inch screen TVs. All right, bet. 10,000. And I granted, that would piss me off, but it is what it is. You stayed with her. So now she owe you the rest of her checks because of those TVs? Or was it other stuff? Now, granted, Chrisean had, I don't know if she didn't wreck his car because her ass ain't drove, if I ain't mistaken. Basically, what I'm trying to say is whatever damage that she caused, because Chrisean was a mess, it probably, I'm going to say 50,000. Get your 50,000, but the rest? What about the rest? I think that's crazy.
Now you guys are making good money because now at this point,
Yeah.
the demand is out there. You're
Yeah.
the most viral thing. You're making good money. Is that when you started to see a switch in her where it was that she needed you less because now she kind of had money, or was there a,
No, it was just more of the audience, the clout. You know, so in the beginning, it's we wouldn't do a business deal without each other. We wouldn't show up anywhere without each other. Because I'm overseeing, right? You wouldn't show up to a boxing match without your trainer, right? You wouldn't go to a heavyweight world title fight without your trainer, right?
but was it because she couldn't, you wouldn't allow her to, or because she didn't feel comfortable to?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
That was your business arrangement with her.
Exactly.
Okay. And
She
she
already
understood.
understood. Already. That's the reason everything was the way it was. That's the reason the names and the money was already.
It changed because he wasn't giving her no damn money. He ain't including that. I can't wait till Chrisean do her interview.
We decided.
Okay.
So once you start doing other things, then that leads me to believe other things.
What other things?
Just like
Side here.
she'll just start traveling with Zeus more,
Y'all hear Blueface nose.
or she'll start being on flyers that
Just listen.
I have nothing. I didn't facilitate any contracts or anything for.
So you guys were
Is that his nose or is that Jaden's nose?
moving together as a unit.
It's somebody knows.
You put her in position to get money. You have an understanding and agreement, and then she starts moving different,
Exactly.
and you see it.
Yeah, 100%.
And do you think she thought you wouldn't see it? Did she think she was like pulling the wool over your eyes, or was she be like? What did you think?
So that's what kind of transpired.
It's given that's Jaden nose.
So at first, we're doing the show, Zeus
That's Jaden.
Network, me and her show. All the money, not all the money.
Okay,
but
she
the
just
checks
stopped
are
breathing.
written
That was
to
her
me,
nose.
right? We get the check.
No, that was
She
her nose.
spends. I fund
That's her.
new chains, whatever she likes. Just never know.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Are you controlling all the money though?
I'm not controlling anything. If
Cap.
she wants to go get a chain today, okay, here's a chain. Ring, everything.
Here's
she
a
had,
chain, as in he buy it.
this
He was
bought.
controlling the money. He lying.
What I'm saying is, did she ever control the money? Like, was the money ever put in her hand to decide what
He
she
knows
wanted to
what
do
you're
with the money?
asking.
Or was it no?
Because you were controlling the money.
I mean, that's not how she was never really demanding of that,
No, he just know he was dead ass wrong for this, and he don't want to admit it. And that's crazy. I just cannot believe, like, he's sitting here trying to beat around the bush to justify this when you was holding the money, gang. You was in control of the money, period. I don't know why he ain't standing on that. Like, we already know. That's why she took back the control and started making her own money again. Or started making her own money.
Even when I tried to do that, she would be like,
That's
she
cap.
almost made it seem like she didn't want that, you know?
Well, in some
lying like
relationships, the man goes home and makes all the money, and the woman pays all the bills. I mean, that's in some relationships. So in this relationship, it sounds like y'all made all the money together, and you handled all the bills. But she wasn't told, or she couldn't have access to anything, or she
Never told her.
So she got what she wanted,
She got
and she had access
everything
to it.
she's wanted. She's got.
But you were the mastermind behind the whole thing, so you had to figure out
I
how
have
to
to
manage it all.
facilitate. Exactly.
Okay.
I'm just managing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not. Jason, if I was making money off of this, you don't think I have a Lambo, a jet, a helicopter on
That
standby?
is absolutely Jaden's nose.
Nothing was ever. I didn't buy anything new. Nothing changed about my lifestyle, right? Other than going from boss to manager, worker. You know, because at this point I'm working for you. I'm facilitating everything, Jason. Videos, deals. I'm working for you.
But Dick too, and that's what makes it a little different, because it's the relationship and the business, and it's all intertwined. So, in her mind, did she believe she was bringing home the money so her and her man could figure out how we live and build together, while Tuesday and Thursday and Wednesday you're still going home? To her, like, I'm trying to understand all the breakdown of it all, because it seems very confusing.
The breakdown is everything we make, we spend. I'm not spending it. You're not spending it. We're spending it.
Y'all believe this shit?
Right? I'm not going and buying anything for myself. You might buy something for yourself, but I'm not buying nothing for myself. Make sense? So that's how that went. So obviously, if you're not physically spending the money yourself, you think you're not spending it, right? So if you go to fucking Miami and you spend $20,000, if I spend it, you're gonna think you didn't spend it. But we made the money together.
Was any of the money that you guys were making together also taking care of the family that you had with Jaden?
Cap.
$0.
Cap.
$0.
Who the fuck gonna not take the bread that they making to put it in whatever endeavors that they have lined up? So he trying to say that this money right here is me and Chrisean money. I'll never take that and give it to Cap. Even Jaden has said, nigga, y'all make the money and take care of me. Like, Jaden was bragging about the fact that Chrisean was making the money that was taking care of her and her kids. He is so full of shit. Oh my God. I am behooved. This why y'all be so pissed when I be on his side. Oh, baby.
You married.
He's so full of shit, bro.
Sporadic.
He's so full of shit. And he's trying to say that Chrisean wanted to go wherever and spend $20,000, as if she was used to spending $20,000. You're used to spending $20,000, buying all kind of chains, all them rings and shit. So that wasn't before Chrisean came along, bro. It wasn't. Like,
that's an expensive type of mentality.
When you don't have a plan.
Yeah, you get me? When you're just moving and grooving, like, you know? And that's...
But you was buying it. I mean, if that's the case, he should have gave it to her and let her spend the money. That way she could tell her own story. I cannot wait till he put out that interview. I can't wait.
That's just how it was, and, you know, so after a while, I'm like when the narrative start being, like, freaky, I'm like...
What was the narrative that started changing for you that made you raise a brow and go, wait, hold on?
Man, we probably made money for like 6 months after 2.5 years of hardship and me just doing everything. And then it was just like, I made enough. You made your money back. I don't owe you anything.
Nah, I think she was just tired of you disrespecting her in public and making her lash out and shit, because he knows how to trigger, just like he triggers Jaden. But see, Jaden, she'll take that shit. She'll also tell that nigga chill out, though. Like, bro, sit down. Like, she'll tell him that. In the moment, he'll do that. I feel like Chrisean she didn't know how to, or it don't sound the same coming from Chrisean. Like, shut up, sit down. Nigga, like, who the fuck you talking to, and be ready to punch her in the damn face. But that's the difference between Jaden and Chrisean's energy with him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was explaining that shit with Flo and Karina and Flo and Noonie. And for those that don't know, it's some YouTuber shit. But for the ones that know, if you know, you know. With some women can tell a nigga, bro, chill out. You doing a lot. You're the one. You're doing a lot. Relax, sit in the corner. And some niggas will be like, all right. But let Chrisean say it to him. He is ready to punch her literally in the face. And I will say I have felt the same in different relationships. Who the fuck are you talking to? But then another girl's like, all right, I'll chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's an energy thing. So I just think Chrisean didn't know how to put him in his place respectfully enough for him or enough for his energy to digress. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm done with this. I just want to make them like 10, 15 minutes, not a whole elongated thing. He absolutely was controlling all that money. You hear him admit it, but not saying I did. Because Jason gonna ask that same question 6 to 7 to 8 different times, literally. And he answer it different every time. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. We are done with this video. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hell yeah.